I don't know how that was taking it too far. I just
No.
extended the joke by like
No. You can't. Like, there's certain ways that you extend the joke, and you extended it too far. You know.
Once you get the laughs, move on. You know.
Yeah.
The joke has landed.
See, look at that. He didn't even have to try. You gotta laugh. You know. You gotta be more like balloons, man.
Moving on is hard.
I'm more of my personality.
He's a.
Am I in a Comedy Central roast right now?
Nah, he's a dickhead, yo. That was crazy.
Hey, Josh, take us in, man. I've been having a rough 48 hours. I think I want you to take this.
I hope you know, balloons, that he now his starting every single time is now Josh take us in. I want you to let me know.
Yeah, I want to be a pillow princess for the podcast though, not for like. Oh Jesus, that sounds bad. That's bad. That's bad, bro. That's bad. That's tragedy, Paddock. Oh,
that's crazy.
Yo, wow. You know, it's even funnier. It's even funnier because he said it, bro. Nobody goaded him into saying that. He said it. He said it.
I did. But I want you to do the work, Josh.
Welcome back to another episode of the Jake and Josh podcast featuring balloons. We are here once again to talk about things that will not be relevant in a week because Josh won't get this out for like 2 weeks. So, you know, that's just...
No, Josh, to be fair, Josh been better with that. Josh has been
You have. Honestly, Josh?
He sent me 2 clips the other day, and I was like, I didn't even have to ask Josh for these. I was like, oh, dude, what a time we're in.
First of all, the first one, that's doing numbers on TikTok right now, bro. I'm not going to lie. I'm saying numbers.
That's like 97 likes, dude, right?
It's 97 likes. It went up to 1,000 something. So, like 18,000 views, you know, in the first like hour. Like, that was pretty.
And guess what? That's my magic on camera. That was a moment where I asked. I think what I believe to be a really critical question is like, how does Jeffrey Epstein?
So we're gonna.
How did he? First off, who let Bro cook? And then second off, how did Bro cook? And by cooking, I mean, you know, we can't say that because then, you know, the 5 people that are watching this and the 50 cents we would get off of ad revenue would be demonetized. But yeah, good clip.
That boy said, "Who let Bro cook, bro?" All right, Coop, Jake. You wanna get into it, bro? You wanna have a little therapy session, bro?
We could have talked. No, I don't want to do this, Josh. Okay, I don't want to. Wait, first off, before we get into anything with the podcast, I don't know if you got my email with the show intro. If not, I can play it off my phone. But I paid someone on Fiverr to lay down some audio tracks, and then I edited it together so we could have almost like a Breakfast Club style intro to the show. Did you guys want me to play it for you?
You emailed me it?
Yeah, I emailed it to you, but I'm also starting to think that maybe it's not the best because, like, when we screen share, on this, it's not always the best audio wise. So what if I just played it through my mic?
Sure, but I didn't get anything from you.
Okay, all right. You guys ready? This is a surprise intro that I wanted to bring in for the show, and I think I paid like $20 for this on Fiverr. You guys ready?
Okay.
Josh, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Jake and Josh podcast. It's Jake, the dusty guy that wrestles other men with his dog couch. He's also Jewish. And Josh, the guy that has 2 phones and still manages to be on both while the podcast recording. She's more dusty than poop. Their producer balloons is a meanie, but is good at pulling up clips. Together, they make this mid-tier podcast. So welcome your hosts, Jake and John.
Never cook again, bro. Like, what the fuck was that? That was atrocious. That was the worst thing I've laid my eyes on. What
He
the
said,
fuck?
he said, never cook again, bro. Never,
Crazy.
never chef up ever
Bro,
again.
me and Josh the entire time were just there, like, just not even making any noise, bro. That was horrendous. You paid 20. I didn't even pay in your I feel scammed. I didn't even pay in your I feel scammed, dude. That was horrendous.
I was like, bro.
I paid for the audio tracks, but I edited it.
You paid $20 to be called Zesty. That's kind of crazy.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He's not beating a single allegation, bro. They're all true, bro. Yeah, they're all true.
Like I told her to say like Josh is sexier than Coop. She wanted to cut. She goes, Josh is sexier. I mean,
Wait,
sexier
what?
than-
The fuck?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
bro.
Hey man, we all need something to distract us, man. I don't.
Word,
Are we?
bro, you
I
know?
don't want this to become a therapy session because I feel like that's not entertaining. But I feel like I don't know. I wanted to bring something in, but you can't always, like we said with our basketball conversation, the shot doesn't always go in. But
No, that was entertaining because
Yeah, that was entertaining. Yeah,
balloons are definitely gonna bully you on that for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
100%.
if you guys keep bullying me, I will. All right, so if you guys keep bullying on me, I'm gonna just bring it in. I'm gonna bring it in at the beginning of every show.
Balloons laugh at him mockingly.
Now I want to laugh at you, bro. That's crazy,
yeah,
bro. That's crazy.
No, bro, you don't.
What is
I
that
mean,
villain
guys,
laugh,
that
bro?
bro?
It's a,
Oh
it's
my
a,
God.
It's a throwback. It's a throwback to another video that we did when he said he was gonna fight me or something, and I just laughed at him and I said, "What are you gonna do about it, bro? I'm in New York. You're in Virginia. You can't do anything about it." And I just like
What?
nothing cool. I'll let you rock. I just
I was
laughed.
itching my arm or my arm. You have a silent podcast? Is that what we're doing?
It's crazy. All right.
Josh, I'll never, you know what, Josh? This is not even me making fun of you. I'll never doubt your ability to leave dead space in a podcast. Like, Josh, you have the worst, like, sense of when the viewer might stop listening. That dead chunk of about 15 seconds where nobody said anything. People just check their Spotify player to be like, oh, did the podcast pause? Was it buffering?
Oh yeah,
That's
that's true. There's an audio version of this. I keep forgetting.
I do.
Yeah. Well, we have the video version up on Spotify too, but I feel like people probably just listen to the audio. Honestly.
No one listens. We don't have viewers. What's the face? I can't even tell if that's his real laugh anymore, bro. It sounds so identical to the other one, man.
No,
I
that
just
was a
can't
real
tell the
laugh.
difference, bro.
That was a real laugh, bro. I promise. That was funny. He said,
I came on this
we don't have
podcast to
viewers,
escape, bro.
You came on this podcast to escape, and you're just getting more roasted.
I'm just getting bullied, bro. This is crazy.
Okay, so what have you been up to today, Josh?
What have I been up to? This morning I woke up and I said, all right, let's see how much time we have. It was like 9 something. And I was like, all right, cool. You know, maybe I'll play a game or two. Maybe I'll get up and, you know, be productive, whatever. Let's see. And then my mom walked into my room and she was like, hey, like, can you take me to my women's meeting? And I was like, sure. And then I got up, you know, sent a couple text messages to a couple people, and then went outside to go start my car, and then my car didn't start. I was like, oh damn, here we go. You know, car didn't start, and then my mom came outside and she was like, oh, we need to jump. So then we called the neighbor. The neighbor came over, gave us some jumper cables. We jumped the car, and then we got in the car, and then I drove her to church, and then I came back home, chefed up some food for myself and then my brother, and then I came upstairs, and now here we are. That was my morning.
Nice. I had not a worse day than Coop apparently, but I had not a pleasant experience. I don't want to like try to like no. So in Grand Theft, this is gonna sound so funny, like knowing what happened to Coop, and I'm just posting this as something bad that happened, but it's really just not that big of a deal. So in Grand Theft Auto 5, there are 4 Holy Grail achievements called CMM1, CMM2, CMM3, and CMM4, which is Criminal Mastermind, which is doing all the heists in order without dying on the hardest difficulty. The same group of people. So it's like it requires peak skill for like 8 to 10 hours in a row.
Wow.
And the finish line was in sight. Literally, I delayed the podcast an hour just to finish it. And then one dumbass goes and dies. And we fail. It was 9 hours down the drain. I've been up since 12. And my time's up, bro. And it's
Wait, so you woke up at 12 a.m. You woke up at 12 a.m.
I haven't gone to bed yet.
9?
I haven't gone to bed yet. I stayed up to do it.
Actually, that might, you know what? That might rival what I have going on. I'm not even gonna lie.
Nah,
What do I have? Someone that doesn't care that much about that? You know what? Let me not. All right. This is why I didn't want to get into it, bro.
You're the one who went into it, bro. You're the one who started. You're the one who said it.
Because you guys were like, "Is this gonna be a therapy session for Coop?" No,
Is
it's
it?
not. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see how the podcast
Bro,
goes.
it was your idea, bro. You wanted to come on here and let's talk. So let's talk, bro. I'm here. I'm listening. Balloon
Was
said
it
he's
my-
listening,
I
bro.
thought I said no. I thought I said I didn't want to talk.
Tell
about
me
it.
on
I
this doll where you are.
I said no, but we're here. So what's up?
Life, man. You know, moving away. Relationships happen, and I'm just glad to know that person. But also, things are complicated. I think only on my end. So that's the tough part. I mean, y'all. I mean, listen. I don't want to, because there's a good chance this person might.
Engage with this.
I don't know, because that's the thing. It's boys, fellas. It's gonna sound real depressing. I don't know if she cares enough to be like, oh, what's Jake got going on right now? But in case she does, I don't want to make it seem like she's a bad person, because she's not.
So let's change the perspective, and rather than talk about her, let's talk about what you got going on besides her, because we already recognized before we got on here that she's just the face. So
am
what
I
else
am I tweaking? Am I tweaking, or did Josh say this is going to be a therapy session for Coop? Let's talk about it, and then immediately just said, but let's not address the girl. Like, I see what you're saying, Josh, but I think it is. What we were talking about this before the show. I think it's a little concoction of everything.
Mhm.
Like, it's this person represented New York, and if this particular person is watching or listening, it's all respect, it's all love. Got a lot of love for you. This is you see the last podcast I did. I've done this on another podcast before.
Did you actually?
Wait, really?
Yeah, with my ex, the ex before. See, this is the thing. I gotta watch what I'm saying, bro.
Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. So, Balloons, you might not know this. There was one time, Coop and I were talking, and he was like, yo, I don't know, man. I don't know if I do anything with Olivia Rodrigo, because, you mess up once and she writes a whole album about you, and then you break up with her. But for Coop, things go bad. He's on a podcast talking about it.
The fact is that also. Oh no, I can't say it, bro. This is like, I don't know if this person's gonna be listening, because there was a lot of.
Let's not potentially
Yeah.
slander anyone on the
Yeah,
podcast.
that's why I said. That's why I said.
It's not slander. It's just a lot of stuff that was brought up.
It's just
like,
truth. It's just factual statement.
No.
That's why I said. That's why I was saying, like, yo, let's.
It's something, yeah, she didn't particularly like, is that my ex did look like Olivia Rodrigo a little bit, which is not a flex, but that was something that. So it's funny that you bring that up, Josh. It's just like, dude, Josh had like the worst, but there's no way he could have known. But it's just like, all right, yeah, I don't want this to get. The thing is, I don't want this to get. I'm not talking about. I think it's just that I'm in a new space and I'm alone, and I don't have anyone to kind of. And I think this person was a very nurturing, played a nurturing part in my life, and they've got a ton of stuff on their plate. Like, I don't want to mitigate that at all. Very much so. Just a hectic day-to-day life. But I just wish, I think this person and I are cordial. I just wish I could maintain a little bit more contact, but I also don't want to be too pushy. So it is that kind of classic thing. Balloons, have you, you said you've never been in a committed relationship. Have you had situationships or stuff like that, or little flings and stuff? No. So, I mean, I'm not trying to pull rank on you, but I'm sure you'll come to experience this at one point, that aspect where it feels like maybe you're more invested in someone and they're not quite as invested.
What,
Because
Josh? What
are you
you
on your
doing?
fucking
What
phone,
is
Josh?
that? Did you just play a quack sound? What was that? That hurt my
No,
ears.
no.
What
Are
was that?
you on your fucking phone right now, Josh?
No, bro. I was turning off my phone, bro. I put it on silent mode.
So it implies you were on the phone previously?
Yeah. Look
No,
where I got
bro.
my phone. I
I put it on silent mode, bro.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah.
One-sided
It
love,
just-
you know? That's like...
Yeah, man. That's what I've been told. So I think it's an amalgamation. It's like I also know I can't really revert things back to the way they were. And I would never want to go back to my hometown to stay there. So it is kind of like coming around to the idea that this person in the capacity that they were in my life and my life at home are kind of toast. Like it's just in the past, in the rear view. But that's been something I've always had trouble with is letting things go big time. Like if I had my way, everyone that I ever knew that I ever cared about would still be in my life and I'd still have free access to talk about them or to talk to them. Jesus Christ. But that's not obviously always the way it is. So I'm just coming around to that. But this podcast is not to slander the person. I want to stress just how much love I do have for them in my heart for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's tough. So, and I think the stress of everything has been, this is getting way too, I feel like we're supposed to make people laugh. We're not supposed to get vulnerable on the podcast, but that's just letting go.
Don't give permanent treatment to temporary people. That's like a very
Jesus
important
Christ,
life lesson
Louis.
to learn. It's
That
truth.
is-
That's an
it's
important
true.
life lesson to learn. Don't give permanent treatment to temporary people.
Well, Josh and I were talking about it. I think things were, because I knew this person for 3 months before I left. And then another 2 months after I left. And I guess I do still know this person. So, I don't know. It was just, it seemed like, I was very interested. It's just like I talked this person into doing long distance, which maybe wasn't the best idea because long distance I know now is not something that I'll be pursuing in the future. Definitely not the move, but, there's a lot of stuff that I didn't do right. And, part of me feels like if we had just kept things the way they were when we left and had it kind of be like I'll see you when I don't know if that would have made things better because then it probably would have been the same thing where I'd hit this person up and then, I think some people just have like connection issues when it's long distance. So that makes any sense. Like they can't see you in person. Like it's something that makes it harder for them to kind of like keep,
depends what their love language is. If their love language revolves around anything physical, then the lack of it is going to be a very big problem. How's that?
And therein lies the issues.
And piggybacking off of what Balloon said, I had said to you that when your foundation is only that one love language, when that is no longer present, what else do you have to build on? What else you have to fall back on? And when you left, there was nothing else to fall back on because you hadn't built up anything else except that one love language.
I don't know if I tried. Like I'm also like I know I was a knucklehead. Like we went out on a date and I wore sweatpants to a restaurant. Like that's like
fine.
dumb.
I read it, bro. No.
I read it,
bro. I read it.
Well, no, I mean, but like I guess I was comfortable, but it's like it's
did she get mad at you for that?
Yeah, she got annoyed because it's like she got dressed up and then she felt kind of silly. And I do know that you're supposed to, like when you take someone on a date, it's supposed to be like a nice thing.
Well, then
I don't put a lot of emphasis personally on physically looking like outside of working out. I don't work out though to like look appealing physically to other people. It used to be something that I was big on because Josh, you knew me back in college, but it's not something that I necessarily put a lot of emphasis on now where it's like if I'm going out to eat, like I should just to me it's like all right, comfort over stuff, but I can also see how that gave a bad impression. So I'm not saying that I didn't do anything bad. It's not bad, but it's just like dumb stuff. But I think I did try and really like I don't know if I evolved or we both evolved, and then as soon as I left, the evolution on my end kept going, and then it was just harder on there. I'm not trying to again diss them or anything, but it seemed like it was going in a direction where there wasn't that physical conspiracy, because we got along very well. Like, we were very vulnerable with each other, and she held it down for sure. Like, she was very, very good to me when we were in person. You know, say something, react, bro.
React, bro.
That's the thing, man. It's the isolation that's getting to me, and I've been staying busy. I've been doing Gloves Up videos. I've been doing this stuff, and the Gloves Up channel has actually been growing it's weirdly quickly, because we reached 300 a couple of days ago, and I'm up to like 312 now. So people are, or 313. So people are subscribing quicker than they ever have before, and I do feel like that channel has a high ceiling for sure.
So
but
where
yeah,
influencer boxing goes, bro. Influencer boxing is
that?
gonna go down the drain.
Yeah, but like, people also, I've been talking about a little bit more like regular boxing and MMA, and people seem to respond well to that too. Influencer boxing is going down the drain pretty quickly. Wade, you see Wade been doing more MMA videos and regular boxing videos now. Wade even sees it coming.
People have to make the transition. It's fucking adapt or die. Like, your channel, if you're based solely on influencer boxing, by the end of this year, bro, Misfit's gonna be in the bin. I'm
Probably.
Like, I'm interested to see how this event performs, whether they'll even, because I mean, their free events never sold out, I don't think, unless it's in the UK. But
yeah, I didn't even know that I guess their biggest name right now is what, Ellie Brooke.
what, in the event?
Yeah, who's the main fight? Like,
I don't know. All I know is some guy versus a mystery fighter. They're gonna announce.
They gotta stop doing that shit with the mystery fight. I think that's also hurting them, because it's not, the novelty is not worth.
Right.
People like stability. People like knowing what they're going in with, but I feel like the mystery isn't. But anyways, I digress. Yeah, that's just
people like stability. Oh my god, dude. that was a very poor timing on that. But
I mean,
hey, man,
I think and that's what I enjoy. Like, and I was talking about this before the show went live with Josh. Is like, I just enjoyed this person. I enjoyed the way they made me feel. I enjoyed every aspect of our relationship. Were there things that I did that she wasn't cool with? Yeah. Were there things that she did that I wasn't cool with? Yeah. But like, overall, it was very, very solid. I still do have a lot of appreciation, but I think I want to just be friends with this person. Like, I want to be able, if she hits me up or if I want to hit her up, to be okay with just like, say, like, hearing her say, "Oh, I got a boyfriend now." Like, okay, like, hope you're doing well. But that's wherein lies the issue right now, is I think just the aspect of not being around anyone I know is kind of making me hold on to this person a little bit like a weighted blanket.
are you feeling homesick?
Homesick for sure. There's always the anxiety of like, now I have to pay for rent, and now I'm kind of tied to this location for a certain period of time. I mean, breaking the lease, if I were to get an opportunity somewhere, wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I think it's like 2 months of rent, and my rent in Virginia is not crazy expensive anyways. But it's just the anxiety of like, all right, and especially now that with what Josh and I talked about, which I won't get into on the show, I'm going to take this time to really like lock in and zero in and focus on myself and get to that next level emotionally wise. I'm not going to be seeing anyone. It's going to be like, I can have friends and I can go out, but like, it's definitely going to be a rough period of time for maybe about a month, 2 months, where I'm just, but there's a bunch of stuff going on. I don't know. It's just, I have been feeling very stressed. So it's kind of everything culminating at once, and coming together. Jesus, this feels like an AA meeting. Everyone's like,
dude, I had to edit that. I'm still editing it. I already sorted through all the footage, and just every time, like there was just a reference, I was like, oh my Lord. I'm gonna make fun of you for that in the highlight video, but
every time I reference my relationship.
Yeah, I already have multiple edits already planned.
Bro.
You gotta find the one where I'm like,
it's gonna be like Watch Mojo.
That's two different friends, because he saved those For the one that I did where you were talking, yo, I cut like every reference out, bro. Every reference you made, I cut out.
Oh, I cut out a lot too. Don't get me wrong. I cut out
my
the
fault,
bad
my
one.
fault.
But there was
My
some
fault.
where I'm like, dude, this would make such a funny edit. I have to do it for the culture.
Yeah, bro.
Me just being like, I think you could just have sex in a relationship and have it be fine. Bum 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 bum. Just smash cut to this episode.
Bro. Oh, that's funny.
Yo, bro.
You can smash cut to this episode. I think I'm more attached to this person in the army. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, dude. I don't know.
Welcome to Watch
Sometimes-
Mojo. Today we're gonna go top 10 things that did not age well on the Jake and Josh podcast.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you crank that Soldier Boy. Sometimes it cranks you. You know.
Yeah, that's getting cut out. Anyways, so
Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what do you say? I didn't
Sometimes
even
you
hear
crank
you.
that Soldier Boy. Sometimes it cranks you.
You repeated yourself.
Because he asked.
What's wrong with that? Why is that getting cut out? I read it. I respect it.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's funny, dude. Yeah, man. But I didn't want to make this.
If I will, I'll just tell you that, like I said to you off stream or off camera, the
Chat.
area of life that
Chat
you're
is
in right now, chat is just like I said to you off camera, bro. The area of life that you're in right now is an area of extreme change and the opportunity for growth. Right? Everybody in their life is going to go through that. You know, it's not always easy to just like jump into that right away. It's always going to be a process. And when you recognize that that's like multiple areas in life, like, you know, for example, like here you are, you're moving out, right? You've moved out, you're in a position of working at a job.
I will say this, just to give the viewers and the listeners, I hate to cut you off, Josh, I apologize, but I'm okay. Like my relationship with my parents is fine, but I got kicked out of my house. For those that don't know, kicked out.
I wasn't going to say that, but
No, it's all right, but it's important to talk about. Kicked out, moved into my own spot in a different part of New York for a little bit, stayed there for a month, rented my own spot. It's like an Airbnb. And then I get this job and I come out here. I have a relationship ends. People in my life that I thought I trusted really like turned on a dime on me. So I've had like 4 or 5 different really good lessons about life, but B, also massive major changes in a short period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But go ahead,
Yeah.
Josh, sorry. Just want to give
Yeah.
the listeners context.
I said, and I'm saying that like I get that, you know, and I'm saying you don't. I'm saying anybody who like points at you and says you don't have a reason to feel the way that you feel like that, they're wrong. Everybody can feel how they feel. The point is like dwelling in it. The point is to not do that, right? I think that as you continue to process through all the things that have happened to you in your life and all of these things, you're going to see that these life lessons are definitely making you stronger. They're teaching you things that, you know, maybe would have taken you a lot longer to figure out if you didn't go through what you went through. You know, I can guarantee you that if your relationship didn't end, you would not have learned those lessons for a really long time.
Yeah, I would have still been fucking around too. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not in a relationship, but you know, like I never would have gotten myself out of that mindset where it's definitely. And again, I'm not. This is not to say. I want to be very careful with how I say these things. This is not to say that this person was a bad influence on me, because I don't think that's true. I think she was a very big help in a lot of different ways, but you know, I think it was more of a situational thing, dude. Like I think for both of us, it was something where I don't want to speak for her because, you know, I'm not going to say that she learned a lot about herself, but I know I for sure learned a lot about myself. Like I didn't realize I needed that many words of affirmation or how attached I could be. So yeah, to your point, absolutely.
Right. You know, I don't know about you and work and what you would have been willing to do if you continuously had the comfort of being at home. I don't know if that would have, I don't know. Like only you know about that. But what I do know is right now you're in a place where you've moved out. You're paying for your own rent. You're by yourself. You know, you're literally starting out, you know, in your life journey. I'm still at home, you know. I'm not looking at you and saying like, I should be where you are, but I'm just saying I'm still at home. Like I
I
have that
need to get you out here, Josh, bro. I need
one day, bro.
to get the
One day,
geyser
bro.
out here, bro.
You know,
I'll
but
fly you out, bro.
one day, bro. One day. Well, I'm just saying, like, you know, you're starting your life, and that's a great thing, you know. And sure, right? Things aren't going to be perfect. Things are never going to be perfect, you know. But what are you going to do to chase after your goals and your dreams? Are you going to sit there and just complain that things aren't perfect, or are you going to say, you know what, like, I like this job, it's getting me the money that I need, but this is not what I want to do all the time. So let me work on this. You know, let me make sure that this is going in my favor and do other things. That's why you're doing this podcast. That's why you're doing Gloves
Yeah.
Up. You know,
Right. I do want to say that luckily that is what I have been doing, right? Like I've seen a big boost in productivity. I mean, there hasn't really even, this is the first weekend in a while where I haven't traveled and gone to do some sort of commentary engagement. So my commentary has been taking that next step. I've gotten more gigs. Like everything, I can confidently say that this is a real good spot I'm in.
and remember, a younger you would have like would have blown his mind to see where you are right now.
Oh, know? Absolutely. Well, I know younger me was like, would have been like, oh, you're not podcasting with Nigel. Like, oh, you're podcasting with a guy named Balloons that you met through doing YouTube videos on combat sports, which you didn't even watch yet. Like, that's crazy. So, yeah, no offense, Balloons, but like, you know,
I'm about to say, what the fuck is wrong with
me? I don't know. I saw Balloons like this. I was talking to Balloons like this. Ready? I don't know. I thought maybe you took offense to it. I'm not sure. But like, dude, like I'm super glad that I met like Balloons. While I know we don't know each other in real life, like you're the guy. You know what I mean? Like you showed respect from the beginning. You were one of the first dudes to like solidly comment on my videos.
And, dude, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about that? I never comment, but I enjoyed it so much. I'm like, I should leave a comment on this. I never comment on videos.
Let's go.
And that's crazy. So, that one comment changed the trajectory of everything.
But that's the way life goes, man. And like, I don't know. I just feel blessed that, like, I've met and done the things. Bet the people I've met and done the things that I've done. I think it is really like I miss this person, and it's the part I always used to think when like self-help gurus would say this type of stuff that they were always really cheesy, like like the Andrew Tate wannabes that are like, you're going to have to sacrifice relationships. You're going to have to be used to change. Like, things are going to be tough. I was like, okay, you're going to be alone. I was like, all right, well, we'll see if that's really the case. Like, these guys kind of sound corny. And, like, there is actually a nugget of truth to that. Like, the reason I'm out here is because I'm trying to chase the dream. Did I have to come out here? Maybe not. Could I have waited a little bit longer to get a different opportunity? Maybe. But I made a decision. It felt right. Was the decision rushed? I don't know. I'm here for at most a year, and we'll just have to see what happens. But I feel like I made the right decision. A little bit of the stress, too, is wondering if I made that right decision. But only time will tell with that. And what I tell myself now is that even if it wasn't, I'm 23. So, you know, like I still got time to figure everything out. And this is a good problem to have. Like, I don't know if this well-paying job that helps me get better at the things that I'm doing to push me forward towards my goals was a good idea or not. That's a good, like, it's not like hey, I dropped out of, whatever to take a chance on something, like there's less risk involved in mine. Not saying that if you drop out of college, that makes it, but like, there could be situations with more ambiguity, I feel like. And, I don't know. It's just the stress of it's when I get alone. Like right now I'm talking about it and I feel normal and I feel fine. But I know that like when we stop recording now and I'm left to my own thoughts and I'm not doing stuff that I'm passionate about and I'm not working on the things I need to work on, that it might fuck with me a little bit more. Like as for as much as I hate to admit it, I want the person that I'm talking about to like watch this and then reach out, like I do. I'm not going to lie.
That's a very bad thing. Yeah.
It's not that I know it's not the thing I should want, Balloons, but I think that what we talking about that, Josh, that's like the ego, right? Basically. Yeah. So
I always say, you know what you're doing. Like like I said, I've been in similar scenarios. As a matter of fact, that was part of the reason why I was, and I know it's gonna sound crazy. It's part of the reason why I was like against this in the beginning, because I already know, like, subconsciously, even if you say that you don't, like I know subconsciously you want that person to see it. You want that reach out, whether or not you're willing to admit to it or not. That's the case.
Yeah, I will say that I just want to cut in with this real quick. Like the first time around, I did this with J Dog, my other ex. J Dog.
Oh, I remember
shout
what
out.
podcast you're talking about now. I remember
Yes,
now.
yeah. That felt a lot more like self-aggrandizing and like that felt way more like I hope she sees this. It was like writing a letter or something. This is more. I don't honestly get the feeling that like this would change anything. So it's not like a I want you back type of thing. It's like a damn. It's kind of helping me out, just like shake everything down and just really get to the main crux and talk about it. Just
yeah, but we've done that. We've done that though.
But like I can mill over things. That's one of my downsides is I can't.
No.
I can't let go of things easily, and I mill over things constantly.
I'm saying that's cool. I'm not saying that that's like necessarily bad. Like I've done that. I've had the same conversation multiple times with other people regarding my issues. Like I get that. Like I'm not saying that that's a bad thing specifically. What I am saying, is that does not erase the fact that still, whether you want to admit it or not, deep down you are still hoping that this video will air and she sees it and you have a conversation. And you said that before I did.
You better not title this podcast anything breakup related, Josh. We're running the ones next time I get back to New York.
Maybe I'll just title
what
it.
What are we titling it then?
I was just gonna
That's
say
true.
I was just gonna say growth, bro. Just growth for the period.
Yeah, man. I mean, we can't do too much alluding. I mean, listen, it's all love and it's all respect.
We can't do too much alluding.
We can't have it be like a Watch Mojo video.
Yeah.
Or like a BuzzFeed. You won't believe what happened after their relationship ended. Like,
yeah.
We gotta stop making jokes. We gotta stop making jokes. In fact, listen, man, I'm glad that this person is I consider them a friend, like I'm glad that I can. It's just I gotta get over the ego part of things, which is, are they gonna move on? Like, are they gonna meet someone else? Like, realistically, I can't control that, and I wouldn't want to control that. But always a million things to toil over, to think about. Is this person telling me the truth with what they say, with what they feel? You go back, you think about certain things, and I think that's natural for a relationship, though. Like I don't think that's irregular. I just, that's it's. I think it's just me. I think I have an issue with holding on to things. Balloon's typing over there. Balloons is typing something.
He's cooking something up, bro.
He's got a wry smile on his face.
Look at, he's laughing already. He's cooking something up. He's chefing bad.
Can I share my screen?
Oh no! That's the last podcast, isn't it?
No, man. Oh my god. It's one of the. Hold on. Show this.
Oh boy.
The old fucking things. The old fucking images from the old edit that I still have of just you fucking heart.
That's me right
And
now.
then there's this one of you fucking shedding fucking tears. It just reminded me of these and I just fucking pulled them up.
Balloons, picture that, but on the bathroom floor last night. That was about how my Friday night panned out.
Oh my god.
Gotta be vulnerable though. Is that Will Smith? Who was that?
Wait, what? Hold on. What? Who?
Was that what stick figure was that?
Who?
Wait a second. Right, it was. If you go, man, because now they're all out of.
Who?
You had one of Peter. Is it? I can't see. I can't like. It's the one next to the something too, where it says like the JCS. It has a JCS logo.
What?
If you scroll up from where you are now, scroll up. Yeah. Oh, you were right there. Here, go back to the right. To the right. To the right. To the right.
It's
Right.
right below the one with the stick figure.
That's all of them, Josh. All right, go one down.
What?
I mean,
This
I
one?
meant to say, I
And
meant
then
to
to
say
the right
like,
one.
yeah.
Johnny Sins?
Oh, is that Johnny Sins? There he is.
Who'd you think this was? What?
I thought that looked like Will Smith from a distance.
Will Smith? Will Smith's black, bro.
Smith Will.
But you know what? Now I have a whole new appreciation for the shitstorm that Will Smith must have been going through. Imagine, like, I could have gotten cheated on. I could have, like, infinitely worse things could have happened to me. That would have been way
Will
more
Smith-
hard to get over.
Oh no.
I feel like if you got cheated on, you would have moved on quicker. I don't know.
It's
I feel
too-
like
it's
you
too-
wouldn't be hoping for a callback.
That is very true. If you got cheated on, you would have demonized her very quickly, and then you would have moved on. That's it, and you would have kept messing around. That's what would have happened. And as for Will Smith created his own issue. You know, if you actually sit down and you listen to,
Yes,
like,
so did I, though. We've
Yeah.
talked about that, Josh.
okay, fair enough.
Like
Okay.
I'm not going to give too much insight because I feel like that'd be unfair to the person that we're talking about as well to just air out all of what happened. But this person was not too jazzed with the idea of long distance, but we both knew that we really liked each other, and it was tough for us to let it go. So I talked her into doing long distance. Like, if I on a certain level, let's just say I didn't say let's do long distance, and like if I come back to town, I see you. If not, I don't see you. Would that have changed things? Probably not. We probably would have had the same amount of communication, but at least I wouldn't be in this situation where I am now.
Yeah, but
You know.
you wouldn't have learned anything, and you would have just kept doing what you were doing before. Because
That's true.
You just enabled yourself to just have somebody that you can meet and
And then just have
then-
cuddle with, of course,
Yes, of course.
frolic with,
Yeah.
prance
Oh.
around with.
My whole
Oh yeah, yeah.
my
Sorry.
whole issue with the reason why I got like not like annoyed, but like the thing with Will Smith was that I just was like, if you go back and you look at what happened between him and Jada, like he knew one that Jada did not want to get married, and he knew that Jada didn't believe in marriage and all of that stuff. But because of his vision and him wanting to be secure and want that relationship, he said, "Oh, she'll warm up to it. She'll be fine. She'll be fine." And
That
just
sounds like something that I recently did with long distance. Oh yeah, we'll make it work. You know,
Yeah.
like, hey, we both like each other a lot. We'll make it work.
was crazy, bro.
And then I was too. Well, that was the other thing I always think about is like, you know, maybe I needed those texts, but was I too suffocating? And that's something else I got to look into about myself, because I do have that attachment thing where I tend to hyperfixate on things.
I feel like you shouldn't hyperfixate, but I also feel like to a certain degree, if you're not getting the a type of tension that you need in a relationship, it's not going to go. It's not going to work out. You know, like I know what it feels like to hyperfixate, but I also know that I would like words of affirmation. So if I'm getting words of affirmation, but yet I'm still fixating, that's an issue. You know. Like now it's like, all right, bro, like you got to make sure that you're handling your business and you work out a system where you guys figure it out. You guys can talk and everything like that, you know, but you got to be able to let her go do her thing and you go do your thing and you're not so hyper fixated. So I feel like to a certain degree, like I said before, you might not have gotten all the words of affirmation you needed, right? And then in addition to that, you became suffocating because now you're not getting the words of affirmation that you need. And in addition, you are already fixated. So now those two things combined, and here you are.
It did start out with her giving me, it was like, it'd be like one text in the morning, and then, you know, we'd FaceTime usually around 11. But then I felt like the text started to get a little bit more dry. She'd sometimes miss FaceTimes because she fell asleep or she got like lost in laundry or something, or like doing the laundry. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think like she told me that she didn't feel good about the way she treated me, but I feel like it's also something where I was probably a little bit too overbearing because I just I'm hyperfixating now, Like I should be able to just let it go, but I don't know why I can't. I'm sure I will. I mean, give me time. Something good is going to happen, and I'm sure I'll. I got this February 2nd thing coming up, and God willing, that goes according to plan. That's going to be something where I can't focus on anything else but that. Like I have to lock in. That's a big career opportunity. So maybe that'll help like reset me. But until then, I'm definitely going to be trying to just like let things lie.
It's a process, bro. It's a process. You're not going to just figure it out tomorrow. It's a process, because you're learning how to unfixate and you're learning how to actually change your fixation to yourself. Like, dang, all right, this is one area where I got to do better. So let's work on that. Let's sit down. And that's not something that you ever really stop. As you get older and as people come into your life and stuff, then it starts to tweak a little bit. It starts to change, but you're always bettering yourself. You're always looking towards how can you be a better individual. And I feel like now you're just in that mindset to do so, and you just looked at you're now looking at it from a different lens of like, oh, okay, maybe I do need to pay attention to these areas that I didn't think I needed to pay attention to before, like what you said about, sex starting a relationship, and I understand the hesitance towards long distance. And I'm not telling you to go do that with somebody else. But what I am saying is, if you have somebody and you recognize that the relationship has a foundation, long distance might work. I know people that make long distance work. I'm actually I'm so proud of them of how they make their relationship work, because that's like both of their first boyfriend girlfriend. Like they're making it work, and I'm so proud of them, for how they do it. So it can work. You just have to be with somebody who is in that mindset to make it work. Not saying that, your ex is a bad person or anything of that nature, but I'm just
No,
saying,
she's not at all.
yeah.
And I want to have her, like I said, I want to be able to have her be someone that I can go to and say, hey, what's up? How you doing? Because I genuinely, I'm like, I tell her this all the time, or I told her this all the time, I should say. But like, I really am rooting for her to do great things, And everyone goes through stuff, and I'm not going to get into, obviously, like that's gonna. Josh, bro, this is like
Josh is like checking himself in the mirror while you're fucking.
No, sorry, bro. I had to,
That was
scratch
funny.
myself.
But
I was
yeah,
like, what the heck?
I think it is. Yeah, I just don't. I don't want to not know this person, but right now I'm just too like stuck in, And I think part of that is because this person has probably moved on a little bit more than I have. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of ambiguity around it. Like I think I need to give. The thing I realized is, so we still have an open line of communication. I called her the other night, and it felt like 2 or 3 days had passed, and then it had been like 1 day since I last called her. So that's the other thing, is like it feels like, I don't know, time just feels like slower with nobody around. And it's not just only because I'm fixated on her, it's because literally like I come back and I'm alone, right? Like if I had other stuff going on, I'm sure I could go like a week without having to, but I just gotta like get better at that. And if she wants to be friends, like she said, she'll come around and say hi. And if not, I gotta be okay with that. And that's what I'm getting my mind around. This does feel kind of stupid that I'm like putting this on a pot. Like I don't. This is why I don't think I'm like hoping that she sees this. I don't want this to be a. I'm not talking about this specifically for her to hear. It's just kind of very therapeutic to talk about this stuff. It makes me feel better. You guys, neither of you believe me, but
Well, no, because I mean, again, you gotta understand that to a certain degree, I know where you're coming from. So, like, you can tell me that, but I also know that if and when this goes up, you're not gonna be able to tell me that a part of you is not hoping that she gets that like she sees it and hits you up.
No, because when I think about that, dude, it's like, what would she respond with? That's the other thing. It's like, I know she can only be a friend right now because there's not a way to like go back to what we had when we were in person.
Sure, but you
You
guys
know.
are barely even friends right now.
Thanks, Josh. Yeah, I mean it is.
He's right. That's blunt, but it's right.
Yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't like. I feel like I almost wouldn't want her to see this. I don't know. That's how I'm feeling right now. Like the idea of her watching this and listening to this, I don't know. Like it's not. This is not some sort of a Hail Mary to get the relationship back up and running. It's not.
And it shouldn't be.
It's not. Yeah, and it shouldn't be because it's not. Copium. I don't know, bro. All right, you guys gotta do some of the talking here. I can't.
Man, we're just it's like a therapist shouldn't just-
Writing down on a notepad. Yeah, how does that make you?
sexually frustrated. I'm kidding.
Yeah, that was funny. That was
You know
funny.
the idea. It's funny. The idea of even like talking to someone right now is
Y'all gotta do the talking. You know what's funny?
not that type of talk. Bro. I had to write the shit.
Immediate.
When you guys do the talking,
You guys got to do the talking. So anyway,
I think the idea of seeing someone else right now is not even like it just. it's not-
You shouldn't take a break, bro.
Yeah.
Take a break.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Is like at least I feel good that I have that built in. Like I feel like a lot of guys or girls would like immediately just jump to like dating other people.
bro. You were trying to.
Why you gotta call him out like that, bro?
Because bro.
Wait, what?
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. You were at the beginning of when you were first talking to me about this. You were trying to. I had to talk
how?
you out of it. What do you mean how?
How? Who?
Are you telling me that you don't remember that when you and so and so ended things?
Why are we acting
had-
like as if the name isn't like very public information?
Yeah, bro. I don't know if
That's
this
not
is-
her. That's someone else.
honestly, you don't remember when we were having a conversation and I had to tell you why it would not be wise for you to go out on this date with somebody that you said was super bad and you don't even want to. You said yourself, yo, bro, I don't even want to hang out. I don't even want to do anything with them, bro. I don't even want to do anything with them. I just want to have somebody to talk to. Josh, don't get it. I'm just alone up here, bro. I just want to have somebody, bro. Don't act like don't do that. I'm gonna keep it a.
I specifically told you I didn't want to go on any dates, Josh. I specifically told you that, dog.
You told me that later, bro. At the beginning, you were gearing up to be just like everybody else. You were gearing up to be just like everybody else.
I don't know. Maybe I had a moment of weakness.
A moment, bro. By the sounds of things, there's multiple fail states.
Wait. No, there wasn't multiple fail states because I'm telling you, I have not met anyone. I've not had anyone over. It's just like it's
Bro,
been.
you've chosen to, bro. You just reached that point of doing that. I'm going back in these conversations, bro. You just
He's
reached
pulling out the receipts. That's crazy. Jesus Christ! Outside Izzy, you see how much she's scrolling? Just multiple messages.
It's bad, bro. Sometimes I triple text Josh.
Triple Josh. He's triple Josh.
I triple Josh him. I'm like beyond.
Wait, is that whole scrolling just one conversation?
No, bro. Coop and I have been talking about this for some time, bro.
Oh, okay.
We got closer because of it too.
You know, and I don't mind it.
Away, bro.
I don't mind it, but it's like,
bro, that's crazy.
Because it's like I can't even. Bro. All right, Balloons, you gotta understand it from this point of view. I remember from a specific point where I was doing exactly what Coop was doing for a different type of relationship, right? One was that had been longer and everything, but I remember all of this from my point of view. So it's interesting to now be in the shoes of somebody who is now talking to Coop and trying to help him process through. And I'm listening to him like say these things, and I'm like, bro, did I do this? Like I did all of this myself. And
Josh, that shit's sad, dog.
I'm like, it's not even that, bro. It's just like, bro, because dude, like the amount of cope that you will excuse just to try to help yourself get through this, and I get it,
That coach, though, really genuinely, like, maybe I thought for a moment.
Okay, all right, ready. You said,
sure
and
I had a
you
moment.
said, you
Okay.
said, and I quote, "If not, I got some dates lined up here."
Yeah, bro, but that was like a moment of weakness. That was like I think I was
You
trying
realize
to convince myself I didn't care.
again, we've had that same conversation multiple times. Because that's not the only time. That's not the only time I had to tell you, like, bro, it's not wise, bro.
I'm not saying it didn't happen, but like, when did we have those conversations? I know, like,
Bro,
recently we did.
I found this one, but then there's other times we was on the phone and we talked. I can't pull up phone receipts because we were talking on the phone.
If this podcast ever makes it in the air, I'm gonna be shocked, bro.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
might be.
I'm, but that's what I kind of said. I said to Coop before this. I said, even if we don't air it, it'd be cool so we can just talk, and you can, even if we don't air it, we did it, if maybe later
To be
later.
fair, I do remember that night, man. So I want to give context. This is the first time that I came back to New York, and we had to have a very tough conversation. We went back to being casual. So we were dating long distance, then we went back to being casual. So it was kind of like, if I come back to New York, I'll see you when I see you. I had a ton of conversations with people, and this is my honest to God truth. I had a ton, and Josh, I know you remember this because I talked to you about this. I did not want to see anyone here. And I talked to some people that were close to me, and every single person except pretty much you, Josh, had said, Coop, you shouldn't expect relationship stuff from someone that's not going to, like, you're not in a relationship with. You need to, if you want to see other people, and you probably should see other people, just go see other people, and basically for the express intention of, like, getting over this person or being okay with having that person in that role in your life. Obviously that didn't work because that was December 22nd. I came back the 12th of January into town, and we obviously had that again. So this is one of the things that I did wrong, was after we went casual, I was still in that relationship mode. But to your point, Josh, you also said, like, you never wanted to go casual in the first place. So it is kind of unfair that, to you that you have to think about that stuff. And yeah, so, I mean, did I really want to meet other people? No, but I think I was more so trying to convince myself that, like, I could do something like that,
But my question
that I could be okay with it.
But why is that different from what you were saying the other people were doing? Because this whole thing started from me kind of calling you on your bluff and your original statement by you saying that.
Yeah, because I could have, and then I didn't, because I thought about it and I was like, you know what? No, this is probably not healthy. I'm not saying. I
don't know, because here's what I do know, right? Here's what I do know. I know that we had a conversation, and through that conversation, I was able to convince you that it wasn't be wise. If we didn't have a conversation and you were left to your own devices, I don't know. I feel like
it's hard. It's going to be hard to convince you guys, but I know that I wouldn't have.
Okay, listen.
I'm telling you,
I can't tell you.
The whole problem that I've had this entire time is that I haven't lost feelings for this person. That's been my problem, right? And so, You know why
I'm gonna disagree with that?
Why?
You know why I'm gonna disagree with that? I'm gonna disagree with that based on one of the comments. When the last time that I was very blunt with you, and I told you straight up, like, yo, bro, you need to just take a break from this person. You were trying to convince yourself that it would make you less of a man for getting rid of her in terms of breaking things off because you can't bear to see her with somebody else. And he said, that's not the ending that I want. And you know what? If I get rid of her, I'm less of a man because I couldn't, like, those are words coming out of your mouth, right? So before that, like, if we're talking about this time where you were, like, thinking about seeing around other people, you had said it'll help take my mind off of her. It'll make things flow a little bit better, and then everything will work. The cope is strong. Like I
Yeah,
feel like
Josh, but do you not see how that those aren't equivalent, right? If I
I don't
have a
know.
moment, no, hold on, I'm gonna explain this. If I have a moment where I'm like, oh yeah, like trying to convince myself that I can be this person that I'm not, and that like maybe if I sleep around with other people that I'm not going to care as much, that is not the same as saying I don't want to block someone because I don't. It's not that I was less of a man. I didn't actually say that, Josh. You're now you're misremembering. I said that. Where's Josh going right now? I
Keep
said that it
going.
was going to be no. I'm telling you what I said.
Keep
We
going,
did
keep
have
going,
that
keep going.
conversation, Josh, but I said it is taking the easy way out.
Mm-hmm.
That's saying like I can't see this person. Like if I, because my thought process was if I block this person, then every time I see them in the future, because my hometown isn't big, I would rather just be okay with seeing pictures of this person or thinking about this person. I don't want to run from the thought of them by blocking them out of my life completely, especially because she wasn't a bad person to me, right? Like if she had cheated on me, fine, block. But she was very, very good to me. The circumstances happened that way. That's why I said I don't want to block this person because it's not like she wronged me. And it's not like I can't, like, this is a situation where I feel like I can make peace. And yeah, did I think momentarily about sleeping around to maybe get peace with it and say, like, okay, if I'm preoccupying myself with attention from other women, then maybe that would make the circumstances better? Yeah. But then did I think about it more and I said, honestly, I'm definitely not over this person. It's not going to be fair to the people that I would potentially be seeing because they'd be getting much less of a qualitative experience, and I run the risk of hurting their feelings through that. Yes. Does that help me? No. It also doesn't help me. And for this person, like I remember, I won't go into too much detail, but there was something that happened on that end that she had told me about. Even though I had asked because I thought something might be going on, it still made me feel terrible. And so I thought about all that. And yeah, man, that's not the same as like blocking this person because I can't stand. I can't, I get that I might be like a little bit hyper focused on it, but I don't like. I feel like blocking is another form of running from my feelings in the same way that sleeping around with other people would be. It's just that blocking this person, I feel like would that be less socially acceptable or would that be more blocking? I think blocking people is more, it's viewed as more of like you're giving yourself the power type of thing. Whereas if you sleep around with other people, that's usually a sign of like, oh, like this person can't tolerate the thought. But like, I feel like blocking is in the same vein, man. Like if you can't be okay with the idea of maybe this person never hitting you back, or if you see this person with another person and they post up about their new boyfriend or girlfriend, to me, that's like, that in itself is running from it, right? That's why I didn't want to block this person. And honestly, I didn't want to block that person because, again, they didn't do anything bad to me. Did they act mean at certain points? Absolutely. Did I? Yeah, because I got hurt by them. And then I wanted to make them feel the way I felt. But it's a complicated situation. I just felt like blocking wasn't. But I never said it would make me less of a man to block someone. I just said that it would be taking the easy way out. And what I did have with the sleeping around was trying to convince myself that I could make it work, right? Like maybe if I sleep around with other people, then my feelings for this person would go away and I could still keep them and appreciate them in my life. So I think those are two different things, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, processing your thoughts and acting on your thoughts are two different things. Yes.
Yes. And I honest hand to God, Josh, like I don't know. I can't, I don't want to be that guy that's like, just runs away from his problems and even if I do have momentary moments of weakness, like maybe this person doesn't care, but I'm not going to be the guy to like patch up my emotions to just say, oh yeah, like I can care less about this person not that I can, not to say like, oh, I could care less, but like I could physically make myself care less by going around and being with other people. Like I don't want to be that guy.
Obviously,
And, you know,
obviously,
yeah.
like it's a spectrum of like your decision making. But would you rather be the guy who runs away from this problem or the guy who clings on to his problems?
Because that's why I told you to block. Again, I understand the mindset, but the blocking wasn't necessarily about, for me, it wasn't necessarily about the
Also, can you center yourself more in your frame there?
yeah.
Because I know
the
just like a pro tip, when you're editing this, that's gonna get real annoying for you. Because I remember having to deal with like framing everything up, and then you're just like, yeah, so like this is trust me, it's a lot.
No, you're right. You're not wrong. But I'm just saying that from the blocking standpoint, is more about helping you move forward. And if you didn't need that, and if you felt that you could have just been fine and moved on, okay. But at the same time, that didn't change the fact that you were, again, watching her Snapchat score to see if it went up. And every time, like literally, like a couple of days ago, we had a conversation, and you had caved and called her, and then you texted me right after that and said she didn't pick up. She doesn't care about me, man. And I said, or she's busy. And you were like, oh, well, maybe you're right. And I'm like, like when you look at stuff like that, it's like, yeah, bro, maybe you need the block, not because, you're afraid of seeing her with other people, but you need the block to help you get up, to help you move forward, to help you to stop doing stuff like that. That's
You should also not see blocking someone as a punishment. Like it's not really a punishment.
It's not a punishment, man. But like I'm trying to convey this. Like the block can be for me, but I feel like I should have the willpower to just let the phone sit and not like look at her profile and not do dumb stuff like, oh, she like taught. Because that's the main thing. I think that's we talked about that, Josh. That's the ego, right? Like, is she moving on? Is she gonna, move on for me? Is she not gonna, like,
dude. That's like an alcoholic. Like, yeah, I keep alcohol in my fridge just so I can make sure I'm not tempted. Like, no, you get rid of alcohol. You just block.
Also, what you might not even realize it. What you just said might also be a form of that ego. I can have her here and not look. Okay, well, you've proven yourself.
Not a form of ego, man. I'm saying I haven't been able to do it that well, but
well, I mean,
maybe it's a form. Maybe it's a form of ego in that I don't like to give up on things. Like I don't want to be the guy that taps out.
And I get it. But what I'm saying is sometimes there's no shame in tapping out, and I don't think that you should feel shame in that.
I got for a reason, dude.
I got a number blocked just so I'm not tempted to hit her.
Wait, so you have blocked them?
But I don't have a block on Instagram. I just muted all of her stuff on Instagram.
He blocked her number, so there's no like he can't like call and stuff, but. He could still go and look at her social media and stuff of that nature, from what I understand. So I said to them, and I've said to you, Coop, listen, it's a process. Like when we first had the conversation, I wasn't telling you that you needed to block right then and there. I said, as a matter of fact, I led with the muting posts and stuff because I understand. Yeah, and I said I understand that like you're not going to be ready to block because you still have that connection. You're still trying to hold on. And I get that because I've been there, but at some point it's about recognizing, maybe this isn't healthy for me. Maybe I need to block so that I can get myself in order, because I remember thinking like that. I remember saying, I can't, that's so final. Why would I block her? Like this person and we've been friends for so long. We've had such a great friendship. Show we've had bad things happen and hasn't been perfect. I haven't been perfect, but I don't want to block her. Like that really will just put an end to everything. I don't want to do that, especially with all the pain that I've caused her before and all the stuff that she's going through. Like, why would I do that? But at some point I realized, you know what? I got to let her go. I have to let her go so that I can better myself, and I'm not going to tell you that I regret that decision because I don't. Do I sometimes feel sad about it? Yeah. Do I have moments where every now and again she pops into my head and I'm like, damn, I hope she's doing well? Yeah. But I feel like that decision benefited me because it enabled me to move forward. It enabled me to move on and let go of that place of my life, and get to the person that I am now where we can be on this pod and I can be talking to you, because I can't guarantee that I would have been the same person if I didn't do that.
You also shouldn't see any one decision because, like, it's a very Abrahamic, like with Abrahamic religions, to try to view something as entirely good or entirely bad. You shouldn't view any one decision you can make as entirely good or as entirely bad. There's going to be plus and minuses. Like, you're going to be picking between the lesser of all the evils, right? Like, if you expect that we can tell you one decision to make and it will solve all your problems, you won't think about her ever again. That's not going to happen.
That's not going to
Regardless of what advice we give you, that's always going to come up. Like, the baseline will never be zero again. Like, you dated someone, you will always take a part of them with you, regardless of what happens. That's how relationships work.
So that would be the lesser of two evils. I mean, I think I've asked Josh this, but Josh, feel free to, if you have a different answer. Balloons, I want to get your perspective. I don't block her. Where does this go? Like, what in your estimation?
You want me to be entirely honest?
Yeah, sure.
Do you seriously think she's checking her phone as much as you are?
No, I know she's not.
Then she won't even notice, bro. It will be the exact same regardless.
Yeah, it's true.
You think she's realized yet that you have blocked her phone number? You think she's realized yet?
Probably not. No. She might. I mean, I don't know. Again, like Josh, I'm not gonna give too much away about your situation, but like, you got the, and this is something I've talked about to a lot of people that have gotten in relationships. But it seems like down the road, you always get that slide up on the story or something. But no, I don't think that she's probably not noticed. No, and that's the biggest thing that I think just hits my ego is like she just doesn't care, man. Like, I know that. I'm not lying to myself about that. My base expectation is that she doesn't care. Is there a small possibility that, like, I could be wrong? Maybe. But then, like, if she does care, is it just her ego? Because it's like she had someone fawning over her, right? So even if I do get that text, and this is something I brought up to Josh, even if I do get that text in like a month or 2 months' time, is it really her caring, or is it like, because Josh, in yours, it was you had moved on, right? And that's what had bothered your ex, was that you had moved on. Like with my past ex before this one, I had also gotten that text where she like sent me something. She said, "This made me think about you. I hope you're doing well." Like, I don't know. Yeah, it just it's tough. I hate the closure of it all, and I hate the fact that it doesn't feel like she really cares.
What's the opposite of caring? What's the opposite of caring?
What? What's the opposite of caring? Not caring.
Is it? Is that the opposite? Is the lack of something the opposite of something?
I guess like
it's a lack of sadness, happiness? No.
So you think it kind of falls somewhere in the middle, like a spectrum?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that she doesn't care at all, but I think I just gotta realize that she's probably moved on.
Or maybe she hasn't, bro. Here's my thing. I feel like you're very hyper fixated on what she's doing, and that is like,
that's probably the thing that's fucking me up the most. Yeah,
and that's why I said, bro, you need to just push off. You need to move away because you're very, very hyper fixated on what she does. If she texted you right now and she had a boyfriend, tomorrow you'd tell me, bro, I moved on, bro. It's like you're waiting for that. You're waiting for her to be like, yeah, I've moved on, for you to move on. And I'm telling you, sometimes you don't get closure. Sometimes you don't get that text of, hey, I've done this. Sometimes you need to move on for yourself without any added benefits of, yeah, she had moved on, so I had to do it. Sometimes you got to stake out for yourself, and I feel like that's where you are. You're staking out for yourself while also staking out for yourself in multiple other areas in your life, where you've watched so much change happen. And I feel like all of that combined, you don't want to let go of this last thing that you seem to have. And unfortunately, you're going to have to get to the next stage in life. And I get that sucks. I'm not saying that you shouldn't feel that you should be like, who cares about her? I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is you gotta accept it at some point.
I know that's the thing too. Is like I know that there's gonna be someone I know that she was not the person that I was. I even knew it back when I was at home. Like I just knew that she wasn't the person that I was going to spend the rest of my life with. I think it is more so that just that, like we started off being casual, and that's probably how it should have stayed. And would I have not learned that, or maybe we should have just cut it off once I left. If I had the hindsight, like just had it end off on a really happy memory almost.
I do.
It's sad, man.
I do.
But like I think I know I'll meet someone that's better equipped for me, and like the situation will be better. I think 90% of this whole thing was a situation. I'm not trying to trash her because she did a lot of great things, but I think once the situation got bad, things definitely some things were said on both sides that like I'm not gonna forget some of the things she told me. That's for sure. I'm sure she won't forget some of the things I told her. Yeah. What are you going to do? And on the off chance she does see this, I will always appreciate her for the person that she is. And I hope she does great things. Yeah. Depressing ass podcast, damn.
This is honestly not it was a vibe,
Yeah, you guys
it's
like
nice to have a certain level of more deeper conversations,
This might be. Was this the deepest we've ever gotten this podcast? Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe from one of our standpoints, yeah.
I think this is the deepest. Like this is the deepest waters we've tread into for sure. From one of our standpoints, like not addressing topics, but with stuff that's personal to us for sure.
Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting one, man. I don't know. We'll see what we put out. We'll see what we put out.
Well, bro, like if it's anything that you feel is like, I don't mind the messages. Like if people want to call me a simp, like whatever, you can call me a simp. Like I'm not. It's not like you can't fault me for showing or feeling emotions. Like, or if you're worried about how people are going to perceive me, man, like I did those things. So how I'm perceived is how I'm perceived.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. Just
it'd be one thing if it wasn't like. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
It's just like I could say the same thing about my situation, but I also know that there's a lot of aspects of my situation that I wouldn't put on a public forum. Like I might say to you and Balloons in private, hey, this is what I did, this is what I've experienced, and so on and so forth. But I also wouldn't go in depth and explain that on a podcast. That's just me, right? And that's my situation. Maybe back when I was going through it, I would have said, you know what, why not, right? Maybe I'll talk about this. Maybe I'll get transparent. And then afterwards, I'd probably look at it like I would look at it now and be like, I need to do that. I need to do that. So that's more of my hesitation.
Kind of like sleep on it, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll go through it, see what we have. If anything, we definitely got some funny like reels that we could put out. Like the crank that thing that was pretty funny. But
thanks, man.
No problem. But
sitting at 9 points for this podcast. 9 points on 18 three-pointer attempts.
All right, see, you're dragging it now. You had it with the 9 points, and now you're
I don't know how that was taking it too far. I just
no. You can't, like, there's certain ways that you extend the joke, and you extended it too far.
Once you get the laughs, move on.
Yeah.
The joke has landed.
See, look at that. He didn't even have to try. You gotta laugh. You gotta be more like Balloons, man.
Moving on is hard.
I'm more of my personality.
He's in.
Am I in a Comedy Central roast right now?
Nah, he's a dickhead, yo. That was crazy. He thought he could say that, and I was gonna go under the radar, bro. I caught that.
You know what's crazy about Balloons is he's really good at being funny, but also mean. Like,
no,
really
dude, that's how I operate though. The 2-week rule. That's like I don't like setting timelines on other people's healing because, like, obviously heal at your own pace. But I feel like if you don't set a timeline, people don't heal.
It's also fair.
So,
but wait a second. I'm not trying to extend this podcast runtime too much, but like, how do you You're saying like you put a timeline on someone else's healing and that helps them.
I give anyone I give always 2 weeks before I make a joke about it. I literally tell them I'm gonna give you 2 weeks. I
All
say
right,
it to their face.
It's been like 3 days since you figured out this happened. So what's this?
It's definitely been more than that. But
That is true, bro.
You first figured out about it at the live pod, right?
He knew before that.
When do you know?
Bro, you talk, bro. It's fine.
I do, yeah.
Right, but it's like it gets people like they expect it. Like they can laugh about it in the future. They can. So I've been there, you know. I've been in low points in my life, and it helps.
Yeah, how'd you get over it, Balloons?
Start
cracking jokes on yourself. Start roasting yourself.
No, you have to make. This is gonna get real personal, but I do have a previous suicide attempt, and
oh my god,
you have to I lived and I realized I had to make different life choices, and I laugh a lot more now. And
there you go.
That's that.
This podcast is man. All right, well, Josh, you got some decisions to make in the editing room there, pal. And Josh is also on his phone, dude. God, bro, this is what a way to end off the show.
It was a good one though. I read it.
Yeah, dude, like this will be the most vulnerable we'll be. Also, we can back off of the fact, like Balloon said, that nobody's gonna listen to this.
Hey man,
we should be chilling.
It's gonna get 11 views, bro.
Watch this go up and watch me get a DM on Instagram. So I was the problem. I'm like, wow, okay.
The worst part is, I feel like also another reason why I don't know if this should go out. I feel like if he does get a response, I don't know what he'll do. I don't know what he'll do.
No, and that's the thing I was thinking about. Is like that would complicate things like crazy. That's why you just gotta title. I guarantee Josh, she doesn't care enough to view it right now. She's like doing her own thing. I don't mean that in a mean way, but like she's got her own stuff going on. Just don't title it something that's even like try to just wordsmith something up.
We'll see. Because again, you might wake up tomorrow and be like, "Yo, bro, this cannot see the light of day." I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I was getting a little nervous when Josh was.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, bro, that long? That's crazy.
Yeah. All right, but let's end it. I just and there's nothing wrong with that, bro. Let's end this. I just accidentally paused my audio. So.
All right, Josh,
thank you guys so much for watching. What?
I was just gonna say, Josh, maybe we can record like a quick video or something after this, just so we have something in a talking case.
Right.
Oh, just in case. Yeah.
Bring us out, Balloons.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If this does go out, we will see what ends up happening. Maybe a lot of it censored out, maybe it's cut out. Who knows? But thank you guys so much for watching. It has been your boy, Apollons, here with Jacob Cooperman, Joshua Dakota, and we'll see how you Beaverheads in the next video.
You said Beaverheads?
Airheads.